Now, this is a cute story, right? You can just imagine, size 6 shoes, size 9 feet, oh dear. Oh me, oh my. In the story, a woman walks around every day in shoes that are too small. And we do the same sort of thing where we walk around pinching off our power, forcing ourselves to limp through life as a diminished version of who we are born to be. Think about it. Where are you pinching off your power and diminishing who you were meant to be? When we do that kind of thing to ourselves, we have one of the very biggest challenges in our life. And we have the very most dire consequence. And that is, we live a life of mediocrity. Now, in religious science, we teach that we are not normal. We are above the norm. You know, now, I've taught you when people say, how are you? You say, I'm full of it. You know, meaning it, God. Well, now you can say, I'm not normal. You know, really, it's down in the major world. I'm full of it, and I'm not normal. I am above the norm because I know this truth of who I am and what I was created to be. When we drop aside those shoes that are too small, those ideas that are too small, those patterns that have not served us, those habits that are less than full God, we begin to grow into our greatness. As a matter of fact, we grow into the gift we are, the present. You see, that's not only a measure of time, but it's a measure of who we are. We are the gift. And we are giving it all the time. And one of the things about that gift that is giving comes from a quote that I read this past week. The actual quote is that a licensed practitioner, and we have licensed practitioners in the house, please raise your hand. Licensed practitioners are to be active, loyal, and supportive. That's part of their code of ethics. And the active part is that they come to church center and its activities as often as possible. And supportive, of course, is to have a demonstrable financial contribution as well as physical contribution. And the loyal. And this is where a lot of people get a little, take it off the track. Loyal. Oh, I need to be loyal to the minister. I need to be loyal to the center. You know, I can only say good things about it. And that's, yes, those are true. But the loyalty is really about walking your talk. It's about remaining loyal as a role model to the science of mind principles. That is showing up in your life with larger shoes. That is the growth of consciousness, not only higher, but deeper. And it's not just delegated to licensed practitioners. All of us are unlicensed practitioners. Isn't that amazing? Each and every one of us practice the principles of science of mind to our degree of understanding at any time. Okay, sometimes for me that's a bit flawed. But I also know the truth. God is, I am, I know, thank you, goodbye. I know that I have these tools to make my life work better in those moments when I'm not, when I'm trying to squeeze my size 9 feet into a pair of size 6 shoes. Yeah, ouch. But what keeps us from living in the present as a present to our world? And what I found this past week as I was reflecting was that one thing that I do is multitask. Anybody here multitask? Yeah. And I thought, well, what does this really accomplish? Because I have to tell you, when I multitask, I miss details, I make more errors, I am not fully paying attention to any one thing. It's sort of everything gets a slice of my attention. And then if it's another person, they feel as if they haven't been heard. And truthfully, they haven't. And if it's something I'm supposed to do, you know, I'll write it down and then forget where I put the note. You know what I'm talking about when we multitask. And one of the things I found about multitasking is that sometimes it keeps me, it gives me a busyness, it gives me an importance not to take care of what's really going on. Those shoes are hurting. Oh, well, I'll just do another task. I won't look at the issue at hand. I will sort of sweep it under the rug for now because after all, I'll get around to it in the multitask list of my world. Is anybody here to do that? So, to be in the present is very much like what Deepak Chopra was talking about in the quote this morning. And no, I wasn't going to use it, and thank you, Michelle, for reminding me. It says that between thoughts, in the very silence between thoughts, there is God.